In this video, I'm going to be doing a comparison by sublimating onto wood using die-press polygloss, polycrylic, and premium clear finish spray. Yes, you've heard it. And we're going to get started right now. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another super duper awesome tutorial where you're going to be learning so much. Now, you've heard it in the intro. What I am going to be doing is actually doing a test or a comparison by sublimating onto wood using die-press polygloss, using polycrylic, and also premium clear finish spray. So what does that really mean? We're going to be using the polygloss here, as you can see, die-press polygloss. I'm going to be using polycrylic right here, mini wax, protective finish, and this one is the clear stain that I'm using, and then some of this premium clear finish gloss enamel clear. So this is clear that you would normally spray over the wood, or you spray over metal, or whatever the case is, to give it a smooth finish. But we are going to actually test this on wood to see if this actually works. We may be surprised. Alright, so if you're new to my channel, I want to thank you for stopping short. Make sure to subscribe by clicking the subscription button or the subscribe button down below. Also click the notification bell so you'll be updated on the latest content I upload to this channel. If you're a continuing subscriber or you're a continuing supporter of the channel, I thank you so much and appreciate all of your love, your comments, your support, your suggestions, and so much more. You guys have been hitting me up and leaving a lot of comments down in the section asking me questions, and I really appreciate it because I love the challenge and I love to answer your questions. So if you have any questions about any single thing, even this process, make sure you leave all of your comments down in the description. And hey, also, if you're looking to reach out to me, to talk to me face to face or one-on-one, you can hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. I'll have all the links down in the description and also on the screen right now. And before we jump into the video, you know how we do it here on this channel. I'll have every single thing that I'll be using, the materials, the resources, the tools, every single thing that I will be using in this tutorial video right here on the screen. So it will be right here on the screen, especially for you. Screenshot it, pause the video, take notes, because this is to help you. Let's stop talking and let's jump into the video. Alright guys, so before we actually jump into starting the process in this tutorial, you know that I like to show you every single thing that I will be using. So in this video, I will be using my Amazon heat press, and I would have started off with this Amazon heat press, but then I've upgraded a long time now to the HBN Signature Series heat press, which is from Heat Press Nation. A lot of persons have been asking me where can they get one of these Amazon heat presses from. However, when I went back and checked, this particular one is actually out of stock. Okay, this was a 5 or a 6-in-1 heat press from Amazon, but down in the description I will leave a better Amazon heat press which I highly recommend you getting. Okay, all right, so we have our heat tape here just in case we need it. We have our ruler, our scissors, weeding tool. We have our 3 pieces of wood. I cut those pieces of wood a little bandy, but it can work. I have my gun here, and you see we use this gun here, this infrared thermometer gun here, to check the temperature when it comes to the Amazon heat press. It could be another press also, but what I've found is that with the Amazon heat press, after a while the temperatures go a little wacky, or what I will say crazy. So sometimes what is displayed on the screen isn't the correct temperature. So we're going to test and make sure that the temperatures are correct with this infrared thermometer gun today. We have this is a silicone pad here we're going to use over the wood when we are pressing our sublimating, have our gloves. I'm going to be using a sub paper today, 105G and not 125G. So we're going to be testing 105G. The links guys will be down in the description for all of these products. Okay, now let's get to the real stuff. You see I have 3 items here which I spoke about before: die press polygloss, polycrylic, and interior / exterior premium clear finish gloss enamel. This is a clear. So basically, as I mentioned before, what I am going to be doing is applying polygloss to one of these pieces of wood, then polycrylic, then I'm going to be spraying on some premium clear finish onto one of these pieces of wood, and we're going to sublimate all 3, and we're going to see which one comes out the best. So we're not going to paint these woods, we're going to leave these, we're going to wipe these off, and we're going to coat the polygloss first, then the polycrylic, then we're going to spray on the clear. We're going to test 3 of these and see which one comes out better. Will this one work? I am not sure, but we are just testing to see. We may be lucky, so we'll do that. So let's get into actually preparing and mixing the mixture for polygloss, because a lot of persons have been asking, how do you mix it, what are the correct measurements, etc. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to start off by mixing that polygloss, then we're going to move on to polycrylic, and then premium clear finish, the clear. So guys, if you're getting value from this video so far already, make sure to smash that like button down below and share this video. All right, let's jump into the video. Let's move on further to talking about mixing this polygloss. And what I'll also do again as a bonus is I'll put that solution, or those steps, or what we should call how much polygloss to pour in here, how much die catalyst, how much die press catalyst is going to go into our measuring cup. I'll put all of that, those measurements right there on the screen on the left hand side. But so we can start the process, we're going to add 1 milliliter of catalyst, which is this. So we're going to use 1 milliliter. We have our syringe which has different measurements. You can see 0.5, then you have 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3 there. So this syringe, we're going to use 1, as you can see here, we're going to use 1 milliliter of catalyst right here per ounce of polygloss. So for example, we're going to use 1 milliliter of this, of catalyst here, for 1 ounce of polygloss. Now 1 ounce, we're going to look here, hopefully you could find the right, so we're right here, and I'm not sure if you may be able to see it because of the glare, but yes, you can. So we have here the different ounces, so we're going to fill up our polygloss here, and then we're going to add 1 milliliter of catalyst. Afterwards, we're going to stir that completely just for like 30 seconds, 35 seconds. Make sure we get out all the bubbles, you know, stir it thoroughly, and then we're going to wipe off our piece of wood once again, right? And then we're going to apply it onto the wood. So let's do that process now. Alright guys, so before we get into actually coating this polygloss onto the wood, I just want to bring some very important tips to you, and I'm going to try my best to put them on the screen once again so you'll be able to see them. Okay, so tip number 1, if you are allergic, have any allergies or any health problems due to any due to smelling anything that's strong. The polygloss is not really a strong chemical, but I would still advise to do in an open area, maybe outside where the wind is blowing, or a well ventilated area. Also, if you don't have a well ventilated area, please do use a face mask so that it can protect you from the fumes and the smell if you know that you have any problems with allergies and being allergic to certain things that you smell. So we don't want to get our three pieces of wood mixed up. So what we're going to do is at the back, I'm going to put some initials. So I'm going to put here at the bottom PG, and PG will stand for polygloss. So we would know that this piece of wood here, that we coated polygloss on this one. So now it is time for coating our wood. Now I would always advise to go in one direction. Keep it in one direction. So normally I will start from the end, or I will start from the middle and pouring my polygloss. Okay, and I'm going to try to adjust the camera here once again because I want you guys to see everything that's happening here. So here we go. So I'm going to take the polygloss and I'm going to pour from one end right away across to the other end. I'm going to give it a lot. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to gently, not rough, but gently just dab and pull. Dab and pull. Just gently and light. You can see it there, gently and light. And I can see some bubbles popping up there already. But gently and light. Okay? And I want you guys to be able to see everything. So I'm going to be adjusting the camera, so bear with me. So gently and light here, as you can see. I can see a few bubbles, but normally I pull them off as I gently, just lightly and gently pass the brush over the top of the wood. Alright. So now that is finished, I can allow this to dry for about an hour, 2 hours, and give this another coat if I wish to. But in this process, we're going to allow this to dry for an hour. Then we are going to cure it in our heat press. Okay, so let's go a little closer so you can see what is going on here. As you can see here, that nice finish. So far I'm not seeing any bubbles. I'm seeing a spot here that we missed right here, if you can see right there. So we're going to just take care of that. You want to make sure you pull in one direction and make sure that you get the entire piece of wood or whatever substrate you're using covered completely. Alright guys, so let's speed up the process now. So we have done die pressed polygloss, we have done polycrylic. Now we are going to coat this piece of wood with the premium clear finish gloss enamel clear. As I mentioned, you want to put on a mask, you want to be in a well ventilated area. I'm going to shake up this spray, a nice shake. And then I'm going to spray this. Also gives us a nice clear finish, and we're going to try for the first time to sublimate on this piece of wood using just this. It should be interesting. Alright, so we're here in the Silhouette Studio program as we normally use this for our graphics and our work, and I've imported my image into the studio right now. And the first thing that you are going to do, or you should do, is to size your image. I'm going to go over to File and Print. If you're on a Mac, you can do Command and P, or if you're on a Windows computer or wherever, make sure to do your shortcuts if you're more familiar with your shortcuts. So File and Print, then I'm gonna go over to the print area. Remember, I'm using 105G ASAP paper, 8.5 by 11, and my settings are already preset for my Workforce Epson 7710 printer. That is the printer that I will be using, and that was converted from a standard printer into a sublimation printer. So for our media type is high quality plain paper, and for the quality I normally will use best for our quality, or the highest. And then we're going to go over here and we are going to print. Alright guys, so we have everything here ready now to actually start our process of sublimating onto the wood. Now the woods have been coated with Polygloss, Polycrylic, and also that premium clear finish spray that you saw me put on. Now in this process, the only piece of wood that would have been cured via the heat press would have been the Polygloss. Okay, so the only piece of wood that I would have cured with the heat press would have been the Polygloss piece of wood. When I add the solution to it, I allow it to dry for 1 to 2 hours, then I went ahead and cure it onto the heat press. So I did not show that process to speed it up a little bit faster for you guys, but I cured it on the press for around 340 Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. And you're going to use parchment paper and a silicone pad when you do cure it. Okay, so once again, just to clarify, let's look and see. We have PG, which is Polygloss, which will be this one. So when you're curing your Polygloss, what you would do is you will put this onto your heat press with some parchment paper and your silicone pad, and you will cure it with a nice light to medium pressure at 340 Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. But because we have done that step already, we're going to proceed forward to actually mounting on these 3 images here onto our wood, and then we are going to sublimate. Alright guys, so our Amazon heat press is on. What I realized about the Amazon heat press after using it for a while is that sometimes what is showing here on the display box isn't really what is actually happening in terms of correct temperature when it comes to our heating element. So that is why, and that is when, sorry, this infrared thermometer comes in handy, and I'm just going to point it anywhere just to show you guys how it works. You press it and you can see in my area my space is 98.0 Fahrenheit at this point in time. What I'll do right now is take this and I'll point it at the heating plate to get the correct temperature. So we have 375 on our box there, Amazon box for the heat press. And now that I've just did it, I'm seeing 398.3 Fahrenheit. So clearly the box is saying 372 now. Here is saying 398. So guys, that's what I'm saying to you. You have to make sure you get your thermometer or your infrared thermometer so you can test the temperature, so you will not burn your wood or burn your items or whatever you're using once you're using the Amazon heat press. Some person may be lucky where they don't have that problem. Okay, Alright, so our first one has been completed. I'm going to take it up, turn away the press, and I'm going to peel it up. And I can see we had some bleeding through and stuff. Let's take a look at that. You can see there some wetness. I'm going to put it down to cool, and while that is cooling, we're going to do the second one. We're going to leave the polycrylic for last, where we can adjust the temperature. Premium clear finish. Remember, this was the spray that we actually used. So we're going to do this the same way. Give it 2 minutes on the clock, and we're going to see the outcome. Minutes is up. And once again, we can see that wetness which came through the wood. We're going to allow this to cool off, and then we're going to reveal all three. Alright guys, so we have come to the stage now where we are about to review and take a look at these, a closer look at these. Can you tell me down in the comment section right now which one is polygloss, which one is polycrylic, and which one is the clear? Can you guess down in the comment section? 1, 2, or 3? That is just something for us, but let us get on with it. So reviewing these, let's take a look at this one first. And I want you to see the colors that are coming out here. You can see some spots and stuff there in the wood, and what I'm guessing and believing is that it probably has some bubbles or did not dry completely, and you can see some whiteness coming up on the surface of this, and that can take place also too because I did not peel off the paper the same time when it was finished sublimating. Okay, but what do you think about this first one here? Let's take a look at the back and see which one this was. And this was the polycrylic. It was the polycrylic that we did here. Oh, I had it upside down. Here we go now. So this was the polycrylic that we did, and it came out just like this. Colors are not too bad. Colors are okay and good. Let's move on now to the second one to see exactly the other colors. I'm trying to adjust the light as I go. This second one here, as you can see, let me turn back on the light so you guys can see some coloring. Now for this second one here, you can see some of the heat tape got trapped in there and it left that mark. But what do you think about this one? So let's put two of these together. Which one of the two of these look more brighter to you or more color? And this one here was polygloss. And the final one, as you can see here, take a look at that. You can see some of the white residue still on there from the paper, you know. And this one was the premium clear finish, which is this one here. So we used this and it actually did work. Once you spray on it, it actually comes out. So this is something you guys can actually try. Spraying the clear onto wood and then sublimating onto it. I use around 300 and I think it's 400 Fahrenheit for about 2 minutes for this one. I will highly recommend, if you do try it, peel it off the same time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is to sit these three down here on the table, and I'm gonna give you a close-up shot, and you're gonna tell me which one is much brighter. In my eyes, in my estimation from here, this one is more glossier, more clear, more cleaner, and this is a polygloss. So I'm rooting for this one here. But I'm gonna sit these down here. This is a polygloss. The second one here is the premium clear finish, which is the clear, which is this here. And the last one is Polycrylic. So down in the comment section, guys, I want you to tell me which one of these have the best quality. And here we go, guys. Let's start off with the Polygloss. You can see that shine there. And we're going to hold it up in the air. You can take a look at that Polygloss. And then we're going to come over here to the premium clear finish. And then we're going to come over to the Polycrylic. So these three here, guys, these three we have. Tell me down in the comment section, what do you think about the process of doing these three pieces of wood? Let me know which one came out the best to you. Let me hear suggestions. Let me hear your comments. I'm ready and open for questions. Once again, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. And remember, we do make your prints and fashion come alive. Alright, guys, so as promised, let's take a closer look at all three of them. So this is a Polygloss, this is Polycrylic, and this is the clear, which is this here, this spray. Alright, so tell me down in the comment section, which one do you think came out the best? I really think and believe that the Polygloss is the cleanest. I'm going to bring it in as close as possible. You can see the gloss finish. Then we have the clear. Yes, it has on some residue still on it. And again, I believe that this is because it normally sticks sometimes. Even the Polygloss, the paper stuck, but I believe I should have peeled it off the same time and not allow it to sit. Then we have the Polycrylic, has on some white residue also. But down in the comment section, guys, let me know what you think about this process. Tell me which one to you has more quality. Which one has more quality? Which one is the cleanest? I think we did a great job on all three. And what was really amazing and fascinating is that we can actually use clear or gloss enamel clear here, spray onto wood, and be able to sublimate. So this is something new for me that I found out. I don't know if anyone else know about it, but if you guys don't know about it, you can actually try it for yourself. Send me some pictures and let me know what is going on. So leave your comments down below about this process. Let me know what you think about it. If you want to reach out to me, once again, I have my Facebook and my Instagram contact information down in the description. I'll put it here on the screen again for you so you can reach out to me, talk to me, ask me questions. I'm willing, ready, and able to help you. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and remember, we make your prints and fashion come alive.